Hello everybody. Today it's very important and we are going to discuss about a tremendous topic. We know and we are very particular about that only human beings share our feelings and things by communicating each other. But that's not true. Even animals, birds, insects also communicate each other to share their feelings, thoughts, ideas and happiness. Here is a beautiful poem which tells us about how the small insects communicating themselves to share their feelings and thoughts. These insects speaks about lot of things. They share lot of things among themselves. The poet very clearly explaining to us about how they speak to each other, talk to each other. Let's listen to the reading and explanation of the poem, The Little Talk. Don't you think it's probable that beetles, bugs and bees talk about a lot of things? Such things as these. Yes, in the first stanza we can see, don't you think it's a probable? Probable means could be true. Don't you think it means do you know that the beetle, bugs and bees, what are these? Yes, these are insects. Small creatures or little insects. The poet says these insects also talk about a lot of things. It's true that they all talk to each other. So, these small creatures, they can also talk about a lot of things among themselves like us. So the poet says it is possible and it is true that the small insects can speak about a lot of things. Let's listen to the second paragraph. The kind of weather where they live in jungles tall with the grass and earthquakes in their villages whenever people pass. The second stanza says about the things that little insects talk about or things that the little creatures talk about. So, what are those things? Those things are the kind of weather where the little creatures live in the jungles tall with grass, and the other things are the earthquakes in their villages whenever people pass. So, here children, if I will ask you, are there really jungle and earthquakes where the little creatures live? What would be your answer? Yeah, exactly. Your answer is no. That are not real jungles and earthquakes where the little creatures live. Then, why does the speaker say there are? Yes, the speaker says because tall grasses seem like a jungle for these little insects, and footsteps of people seems like earthquake for the small little insects whenever people pass. That means whenever people walk, that means the footsteps of people seems like earthquakes for the small little insects or creatures. Now let's listen to the third stanza. Of course, we will never know if bugs talk very much at all because our ears are far too big for talk that is so small. Written by Aileen. Why can we never know if bugs talk at all? That means beetle, bugs, and bees talk among themselves. Then why can we never know why we are not able to hear them talking? Because our ears are far too big for their small talk. Yes, dears, I would like to raise a question. Why does the speaker call the little talk? Or why the name of the poem is Little Talk? Yes, the speaker calls the talk of the small insects or creatures like beetle, bugs, and bees as the little talk. What is little talk? The talk of little insects are called little talk. Yes, friends, through this poem, we are able to understand not only human beings speak among themselves or talk among themselves, the insects also speak among themselves to share their feelings and talks. Thank you.